Question, do you think this is from right after I finished painting my floors, or do you think it's today, 6 months later? In this video, I'm gonna go over all of your questions about my painted floors and how they're holding up. So stick around to find out what they look like 6 months later in the bathroom and 2.5 months later here in the kitchen. Hit that like button if you are curious to see what my floor is like, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'd love to know if you are watching this video because you're interested in painting your floors. If so, leave me a comment below letting me know which room you're thinking about painting. I actually filmed this video a couple weeks ago and I was editing it yesterday and just not happy with the way it was coming together. So here we are again. I've gotten so many questions since then, and my husband and I are actually working on a project in the living room right through the kitchen. So we're really putting these floors to the test right now. So I figured what better time to shoot this video than right now when we have an absolute mess in the next room. We are tearing down the living room ceilings and just going in and out of here, all sorts of things going on. And now I'm going to dive just right into your questions. I've got my computer here. I think I've made note of all the questions that have come in through YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, text, DM. Let's do this. First question, how much paint did you end up using? So like I said, I have done our small Jack and Jill bathroom. I did the pattern floor in there. So I started with a full coat of white, did that again, and then went back over and did the gray on top with the pattern twice, and then did 2 coats of the matte top coat. So that was in the small bathroom, and then in the kitchen, I did 2 full coats of the gray paint and then 2 coats of the matte. And I'll just open up these paint cans so you can see how much paint is still left. You just put on such a thin layer that it really doesn't take a lot of paint. I know this paint is a little expensive, but a little goes a long way, and you really get some good bang for your buck here on this product. Speaking of paint, another question I get asked a lot is what color did you use? So the gray that I have is called French gray, and the white is, I think it's called steam gray, steam white, steam something. Something else I'll note along the lines of what color did I use. I've realized that since this color is now flat on my floors, it does show dirt a lot easier than the tile did before. Either way, the floors are still dirty, and I have gone a few days without cleaning them just to really make this video for you and show you how dirty they get and how easy it is to clean them. Another question I've been getting is, where did you get your paint? How can I find this paint? I actually won this paint through an Instagram story contest. I submitted a video of my floors and said that I wanted to paint them. They picked me and sent me the paint directly from Home Depot. At that point, back in the fall, it was still a very new product. I believe they're still rolling it out. So when I got it, there was limited color choices to choose from, I believe. I don't work with Rust-Oleum, so I don't know. But I saw one of the girls that I won the paint from, she said that she talked to Rust-Oleum and that they are rolling out some new colors. But it is still kind of hard to find the actual product. I had a friend message me saying she couldn't find it online. They actually changed the link on the website. I believe they took rock solid out of the actual name of the paint, and now it's just Rust-Oleum Home. A couple changes have been made since I got the paint, but it still exists. I will leave the new link down below in the description. It's called Rust-Oleum Home, and if you go to their website, you can put in your zip code and it will pull up the Home Depots in your area that carry it. Okay, this next question is a super popular one. Do I have kids and do I have a dog? I don't have kids, but we do have a dog, and the door that I'm sitting next to is how he goes in and out every day. And you can't tell that, like, his nails don't do a thing to the floor, honestly. Like, he comes in and out, he runs, he gets excited. He and my husband play in here. Like, his nails have been totally fine. I actually was myself a little worried about this too, but you can't tell that his nails have done anything to these floors. I'll show you some close-ups at the end of this video if you really don't believe me. While I might not have kids, my husband does love working in the backyard. He's got a pond out there. He's planting something new every day. So he's tracking in mulch and mud and tools and just basically anything and everything through this door into the kitchen. So this floor gets a lot of wear and tear. Also, we are in the middle of the coronavirus and all being stuck at home. So my husband actually works in his shed out back, so he's coming in and out of this door all day as well. He and the dog come in and out, in and out. So the floor, it's getting dirtier than usual. So please don't judge me. Since we're doing the living room project and taking the ceilings down, we had to take everything out of that room. So our TV stand actually is an island. The store was so crowded when we bought it, we could only see the one side and didn't know it was double-sided till we were putting it in the truck. So we were like, well, maybe one day we'll put it in the kitchen when we do whatever in our living room. So now it is in our kitchen. So we brought an island in here. It's like our floors are uneven. It's an old house, and so the island kind of rocks back and forth. We haven't done anything about that yet. It seems to be fine on the floors. I also put a table and chairs in here. I had a rug under it. I'm not crazy about the size of the rug, so I took it out, but I think I might put it back in because, again, our floors are uneven, and this table, it's not so sturdy when you actually want to eat at it or use it. I guess I kind of just flowed into that answer without asking the question, but I guess that would go under how does it hold up to furniture, and the answer is great. For me, I kind of sit in these chairs a little bit more carefully than my husband does. Last night we sat here to eat dinner and he was just scooting back and forth. Like, he didn't spend the time painting these floors, so it's not top of mind for him, and they hold up fine to that. The one piece of furniture, it's not even really furniture, the one thing that has caused the one scratch that the floors have is in the bathroom. The access to our attic is in the ceiling of the bathroom, and pretty shortly after I painted the bathroom floors, my husband went in there with the old ladder. I heard it happening from the next room, but I wanted to see what would happen, so I just let him do it. It only came away with the one tiny scratch, which I'll get up close here to show you. But with all four ladder legs, him on top, climbing up and down, this is the only damage that was done. So they really can take a pretty hard beating. Next question is, how do I clean the floors? It's actually super simple. I just take the dust buster, get off all the extra dirt or whatever the dog and the husband have tracked in, get that off of the floor, and then I go back over with a wet Swiffer and clean up the dirt from there. Since I also painted in the grout, sometimes the dirt gets in there and you can't just wipe over it and get it up. So when I take the wet Swiffer off, I just go back over and kind of get in there with my hands and it comes right up. The one thing I do want to warn you about cleaning the floors, or if you are also planning to do your kitchen or your bathroom as well, when you let water sit on the painted floors, it does kind of change the color of the paint while whatever is wet is on the floor, but that does go away when it dries. When I first, I guess, took the dishes out of the dishwasher, or when I would wash my hands and then walk over to the towel, there would be some dots on the floor. And at first it freaked me out, but it happens and it goes away. So if you see that, it's expected and don't worry about it. Another question I recently got was, how did I paint under the fridge? So our fridge is actually in the laundry room. It's weird, but I haven't done the floors in there yet. I've just done the kitchen area. Our kitchen tiles were brown and our laundry room floors are gray. And that just really bugged me because there's not a door, you can see the two. So I painted these floors gray. I will probably do the laundry room at some point, but I didn't have to paint under the fridge yet. But I did get under the oven, and the little roller that I used actually got right under the oven very easily. And then I just used a paintbrush and kind of like got on the floor as much as I could to get under the oven as far as I could. When I sit at this table, if I like really look down and like turn my head, I can kind of see like where I stopped painting. But now that the island is there, it really blocks everything and you can't tell that these floors are painted at all by looking under the oven. So I think if you're gonna paint under any appliances and you don't wanna move them, it's totally doable. You just have to spend a little extra time in those areas, making sure you get everywhere under your fridge or under your oven. And if I do the laundry room, our washer and dryer are currently on a platform because again, our floors are unlevel and whoever was here before us put them up on a platform so that they could be level. So I won't have to paint under those either, which is very nice. I think that is all the questions. That's what I have on my list. If I've left any off, or if you have other questions for me, just leave them in the comments and I'm happy to answer. But I'm gonna give you a close-up of what the floors look like today. And by the way, that picture I shared at the beginning is a picture from right now, which is awesome. The floors look like they did when I just had painted them. They've held up amazingly well in some very high trafficked areas. And for the record, if you have a dog, you will understand. If you don't, this might sound gross, but our dog prefers drinking out of the toilet over his water bowl. So he will eat his food in here and then walk to the other room where I've also painted the floors to drink out of the toilet in there. So he's in and out of both of these rooms all day, every day, and you wouldn't be able to tell. If you haven't already checked out the video where I show you exactly how I go through painting these kitchen floors, I'll leave that for you right here. And if you're wondering what the heck I meant when I said my husband and I are taking out the living room ceiling, I'll leave our first update video to that project right here so you can check that out as well. If you can't already tell, I really have enjoyed this product and the transformation that it has given to my tile floors. So if you're on the fence, I highly recommend just committing and making it happen. Thank you so much for watching. If this was helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.